Hello everyone, welcome to Olivia's House of Beauty and Cosmetology School. Today we will be demonstrating how to do a facial with facial extraction. We will firstly want to do an allergy test so that you would know if the client is allergic to any of the products that you will be using. After you do the allergy test, you want to clean the area firstly before you proceed with your allergy test. Clean the areas between the elbow, and then after cleaning that area, you want to go in with your product that you're going to be testing. Place it on a cotton and you put it between the elbow area and close the elbow and leave it for 5 minutes. If there's no itching, no burning, no allergic reaction, then we will proceed with our facial. In cases where you have an allergic reaction, then you would want to wipe the product off of the area, and you may have to test another product. But in this case, we would proceed with our facial because the client is not allergic to the product. So we first would add to warm water. We want to add our liquid cleanser. We would cleanse the face with our warm water, and we use either a rag, a facial sponge, or you can also use a baby washcloth in this case, which I will be using. After you cleanse the area, making sure that when you are wiping the face to cleanse it or anything that you're doing with the face, you want to always use upward motion. We start to cleanse from under the neck, come straight upward onto the face, and so on. After you cleanse the area with your warm water and your cleanser, facial cleanser, then you're going to proceed by removing the dirts and oils off of the face, cleanse the face thoroughly. Then you would proceed with your facial massage. In this case, we will be doing facial massage with steam, and then we will proceed with our massage strokes. After you would have finished your massage strokes, using mostly upward motion and your facial strokes, you want to go ahead and then you would wipe away the excess oil. Now please take note, at this point, you want to always remember, you only go around the eye area when you're cleansing the area, the soft tissue around the eye. You only want to go around that soft tissue when you are cleansing the face, and also when you're massaging to drain any excess lymphatic fluid from around the eye. Some persons have dark circles. Massage help to improve that look, and it helps to improve circulation. It's very good for blood flow and so on. And it is very necessary for when you are doing a facial. After you would have cleansed the area, removing the oil, massage oil or cream off of the client's face, then you want to go in with your facial scrub. So you would scrub the face or exfoliate, right? Using upward motion and focusing on the problem areas, the cheek, around the mouth, the nose. In this case, the client would have acne prone skin. So we want to go in with products that suit that particular type of skin. We would scrub the skin, and then we would proceed by removing with our warm water and Then we would apply our facial mask. Now we would apply the facial mask, and we want to wet damp cotton disc or squares, and you place it around the eye area, and then you would proceed by putting on the steam to steam the face whilst processing with the mask. The reason for the steam when you are doing an extraction is that you would want the tissue of the face to be softer, and you would be able to extract whatever pimples that the client would have on the face. So it would be easier when you steam the face to remove any pimples or acne or so on. So after you would have removed your mask, you remove the cotton disc from around the eye, you would proceed by applying onto a cotton, you would apply astringent, and then you want to go on all the areas that you would have scrubbed except around the eyes again. You would take your astringent and you want to go on all those areas, or to just help to cleanse the face a little further. Now, astringent is basically suited for acne prone skin. For a client that does not have acne, we would, instead of using the astringent, we would go in with a facial toner, and then we would dab on all the areas that we would have cleansed except around the eye. We would go with the cotton, put a little of the product, and we want to go in dapping or wiping on those areas, avoiding the eyes. And then we would proceed with our extraction. So in our hand, one hand, you can have a cotton with some alcohol, or you can either use some of the same astringent on the cotton, and you want to place some of that solution on the cotton disc in one hand, and then you use your extraction tool to extract any pimple. There are different types of extraction tool based on which one you're using. You would proceed by extracting and placing whatever you have extracted, whatever acne or pimple, you place that onto that cotton in the hand that you have the cotton in. Both one hand would have the tool and one hand would have the cotton to wipe away any pimple or acne that has been removed. After you would have finished with that, you want to go back, get a fresh, clean cotton with some astringent or toner, and then you would go on all the areas again. Repeat the process. So we want to make sure that we would wear our gloves, in this case, our protective gears. That's very important. And because there are times that when you pop pimples, they would bleed and all of these things. And you want to make sure that the tools and equipments also that you're using would be cleansed and sterilized after each service and put away from any dust or contamination. Your towels, your rag must be washed and sterilized in hot water to kill any germs and bacteria. If you're using the facial sponge, it's disposable. You can get rid of that. But if you're using the cotton rags or so on, you would wash thoroughly and sterilize with hot water. Your tools also and equipments must be washed and sterilized in hot boiling water. to clean any bacteria, germs, and so on. Stuff that are supposed to be disposed of, you would dispose of those things. Also, after you would have finished your facial with the extraction, you want to, if the client skin is looking dry, you can apply a little moisturizer on the area, all in the same product line, or whatever they normally use, you can apply. But many times acne prone skin is very oily skin, so most times clients would opt not to have the moisturizing part. And remember, we would have already popped pimples, the pores and so on is open in a way, the areas that you would have extracted stuff. So we would have to look and see when, so in what cases we should apply product to avoid it from getting into those areas that we would have extracted stuff from. Right? This is our tutorial for facial and facial extraction. Thank you for joining the class. Feel free to ask any questions. They will be answered correctly and promptly. Thank you once again for joining this class and watching this tutorial. After you would have done your facial, we want to go in and make sure that you cleanse your area or sanitize the bed that you would have done your facial. Clean up your area after the client would have left, and wipe down your bed with your sanitizing solution. You can also use alcohol, and you can wipe the bed from top come to the bottom. We want to always take into consideration hygiene. Hygiene is very important when you're dealing with the body, the skin, the face,